Hi, it's Paul from Paul Kelly Golf, and I'm here with a longtime friend of mine, John Meany, and we're going to look at John's game and see what we can do to help him out. I've been playing with John on and off for probably 30 years or more, and kind of know his game a little bit, but it's time to kind of bring him to a new level.
It is time to bring me to a new level. As Paul said, we've been golfing together for a long, long time, and my game is in need of significant improvement, and I know Paul is going to help me with that.
So John, tell the people a little bit about your game. What's kind of an average run-of-the-mill day for you? What would happen in that day? Where does the score hurt you? You know, what happens when you're playing good? What happens when you're playing bad?
But my game, I play give or take 25, 30 rounds a year. I'm consistently, in around 100. I shoot. My goal is 95. Occasionally I'll get close to that, and occasionally I'll get below that, but it's 100. I cannot seem to put two nines together. I have a tendency to blow up on 3 or 4 holes every game. Okay. Other than that, I can play bogey golf in a lot of cases.
So compared to our peers, the guys we play with, and myself and John have been friends since we played Pee Wee hockey together, which is several lifetimes ago. And a lot of our friends, we've been friends since we were in grade school. Do you feel amongst our peers that you generate as much distance as they do, or that you should?
Oh, not even close.
Okay.
To either answer.
So if we could add some distance to your game, that would take a lot of pressure off the stuff that's going into the green.
Absolutely.
All right, and we'll see if we can get rid of that slice that hits you more often than not.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to let John warm up, then we're going to collect some initial data with his 7-iron, and then we're going to go to work on a couple of drills and identify some things, and then at the end of it, we're going to have a post collection of data, and then we're going to compare the two of them and find out what John needs to work on in the next session and between the next session. So stay tuned.
And wish me luck.
All right, so John's had his warm up, and now what we're going to do is we're going to collect probably 5 or 6 7-iron shots, and if there are any outliers, such as tops or chunks or shanks or anything like that, we're going to eliminate those so that they don't skew the data. We're going to keep the normal bad, keep the normal good, get rid of any outliers. So that's just a disclaimer up front so that you know what we're doing. All right, fire away, John. One more.
As you can see, I do need work.
Now we're going to take a turn over to the data and go through all this and explain to John what's going on.
All right.
Club path and face angle. Here's the two where you're having the most trouble with. Club path is the direction that your club is traveling in relationship to a 0 line on the ground. You're traveling outside in means that your club is traveling to the left. Okay?
This way.
Exactly. Okay. So the easiest way to think of this is that we're standing on home plate. Your club is essentially swinging at third base. Yeah. Okay? Your face angle, negative face angles are all open club face. So you're swinging 12 degrees to the left, and your face angle is 12.5 degrees to the right.
Okay.
So we imagine that this orange stick in the middle is the 0 line. That's going straight to your target. Your club is swinging 12 degrees to the left, which is this one. And your face angle is open 12.5 to the right. So you are working with a 25-degree angle at the base here. Yeah. We need to bring those in to here somewhere versus this. Yeah. This is causing a huge power loss. All right, so our goal is to tackle club face and path and drive this smash factor up higher, somewhere probably in the high 1.2s or even 1.3s.
Okay.
While we change club face, we are not going to see the result that we want overall. We're tackling one aspect of the two that we have to.
Right.
Our goal.
But if you change this club face, or as it changes,
Yeah,
that will
absolutely.
show the smash factor change.
Absolutely, and it's going to show your ball changing.
Yeah.
Right now you're swinging to the left and your club face is to the right, so it's the equivalent of a glancing blow.
Okay.
If we change your club face so that it also points to the left as you swing left, we're going to end up with a straight diagonal pull to the left.
Yeah.
Then that'll be perfect because club face and path will match each other.
Yeah.
Then our goal is to take that path.
And straighten it out.
So just keep in mind that while we're changing one, we don't get the outcome that we want.
Right.
We're getting the outcome of that drill
Right.
and not the overall thing.
Okay.
So just to kind of give you an idea of how smash factor lets us know what's happening and how big a drain that path and face is, John's been swinging at roughly 70 miles an hour average here. So 74 mile an hour club head speed and producing 101 yards of carry. If I can try and match that 74, there's 77, so it's only just slightly above by a couple of miles an hour, but I go to 166 yards. I've added 66 yards of distance to John's shot with the same club head speed. So strength-wise and speed-wise, he has it in him to generate more, and that's going to be our goal.
We have the same club head speed, but a lot less carry.
Correct. Where does it come
Partially
from?
because of my smash factor.
Yeah, well, your
Correct?
smash factor is the number that tells you what happened. But if
Right.
we come over to this and we look at it, here's my swing path.
Yeah.
1 degree inside out.
Versus mine.
So instead of you swinging across the line this way 12,
Yeah.
I'm going this way 1.
Yeah.
And my club face angle is 0.86 closed
Yeah.
versus 12 that way. So your working angle is 25 degrees,
Yeah.
and my working angle is less than 1.
So if I do the right thing,
If we can change those paths, your club
I
head
should get closer
speed
to yours.
should bring you up here, and I have a smash factor of 1.4. So our goal is to first get rid of that open club face. We're going to work on some drills that are not going to feel comfortable.
Okay.
They're not going to feel normal. We don't want normal. Normal hasn't been working.
Right. That's
Okay.
for sure.
So anytime we make a change and you say this feels odd, let's just assume that it's different.
Okay.
All right, so you take your setup. Now, I'm going to explain this like we are both 5-year-olds. All right?
Some days I feel like it.
Oh, yeah. Now, imagine that this is a leg and a foot. So there's your quad, there's your shin, your heel, your instep, and your toe. All of your shots, when you swing, your toe hangs back and never really catches up to where the heel is.
Okay.
It
that.
stays in this position all the time.
Okay.
I want you to just make some swings here first and over exaggerate. I want you to swing and let that toe come around here at impact.
Okay.
So we're going to start seeing this
So
club
kind of
swinging.
twist it as I
Exactly.
swing. Okay.
We're going to kind of get rid of this exaggerated motion later on, but right now I want you to kind of see what happens. So I want
right.
that toe to swing around.
Okay.
All right, so you have a club face now of 1.9 degrees closed versus 12 degrees open. Your smash factor jumped up to 1.29 and your carry distance went up 20 yards. Okay? Now, this is still not efficient, but it's way more than it was.
Right.
So we're just going to stay with this so that you get used to having that club face
feel.
close over,
Okay.
and then we'll take away some of the extreme parts of it. But you were 1.9 closed, so you're almost dead square.
Yeah.
The reason that it went over there
Because I twist.
was the path.
Oh, the pat. Yeah, I see it.
So
there,
right
yeah.
now, your club was moving 9 degrees that way,
Yeah.
and your club face was pointed 2 degrees that way.
Yeah.
So we've taken 12 and 12, and we brought it to 9 and 2.
Gotcha.
So we've cut it in half.
Yeah.
All right?
All right. So do the same thing?
Keep going for a while. Yeah, we're just going to get used to this feeling of turning. Okay, so that's the feeling that we're looking for. And now I'm going to give you some structure with your grip to change your grip. When you change someone's grip, they don't like it. I remember we tried to do this once before down Florida,
did, yeah.
and you didn't like it.
Yeah.
And
But I've been using it ever since, to be honest with you.
the reason you didn't like it is because it was different.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
you set up, and then I'm going to explain a little bit. So we're going to take this hand off. I'm going to take this one and turn it here so that you can see these 3 knuckles.
Okay.
And then put your other hand back on. Good. Now, because this one is turned, it's easier to rotate it.
That way.
That way, exactly. Why we've turned your hand over so that it's easy to understand. If you walk up to a doorknob, so imagine that's my fist, and you walk up to open the doorknob, your hand goes on this way, and you turn it this way. You wouldn't put your hand on square like that and turn under, which is what you were doing originally with your grip. You're setting up square and bring it into a place that's uncomfortable, and you're not going to actually get there. See the difference?
Yeah.
Now, just watch this one. So that's 131 yards of carry. That's 30 yards farther than normal.
Yeah.
Your ball speed went to 93.
Instead of 74.
Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. 125 yards of carry. So we're adding distance. Very nice. Okay, carry distance. 126. Perfect. Now, I have seen you hit some pulls before, but I haven't seen you hit curving.
Yeah, I don't get a
Shots
lot of
over
those
there.
off the tee.
Smash factor 1.3. That's a really good sign. Carry distance 133 yards. That's 33 yards farther than we were averaging before. Good. $137-yard carry. That's your longest shot today. To tackle the club path. Now, while we're doing this, I'm going to get you to kind of forget about the rotation for a minute, because one thing to work on is enough.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
So I want you to set up to your...
With the new grip, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here's dead straight. That would represent a 0-degree swing path.
Okay.
Yours is probably traveling around somewhere like that.
Okay.
So I want you to see and how much that actually is. I'm going to put this tee over here. And I want you to swing and hit that ball without hitting that tee.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you what, first, come on back here with me. This only works if we agree that there's plenty of room for it.
Oh, yes. There
Tons
is.
of room.
If I hit it properly.
Yep. If you hit that tee, we know what's happening.
Okay, so.
I want you to avoid that tee. And you don't need to worry about your rotation at this point. We're just working on path.
Got it.
So, there is a 9.3 path, okay, over that way. So, that's what we're going to deal with now.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to give you a couple of different ways of understanding what's going on here and thinking. And I remember one time we were down south and I was trying to get you to swing out to the right. But for someone who slices the ball, swinging in the direction that the slice goes is really
Scary.
hard for them to do.
Yeah.
But if you think about how you would kick a soccer ball and make it curve back that way, your foot would drive out this way and you would turn over your foot.
Yes.
So I'd kick it out that way so the ball swings out. Same as,
So you're putting a spin on the ball.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But our main goal now is for you to get the club traveling this way.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is just do the obvious. You're swinging at 10 degrees to the left. I want you to swing with no regard for where the ball goes, but have your club travel on that path.
Okay.
This ball will go right. That doesn't mean it was done wrong, because we have club face also, which we're not interested in. I want you to just get an appreciation of what 0 feels like.
So force myself to swing it that way.
Absolutely.
Okay. But with still a square club face.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about the club face at this point. We're just going to, I need you to feel what straighter is like. Okay, now, there's 5 degrees inside out. So we changed it from 9 to the left to 5 to the right. So we had a 14-degree change in your swing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get you to continue on with this for a couple of swings. Just get rid of some of the extreme part.
Okay.
And I want you to think about, if you're standing at home plate and this 300 is second base, I want you to swing somewhere between first and second. Okay, good.
Too much probably.
Good. Remember, these are club face issues when they peel off like that. We're not worried about that. We're working right now. Now you have a swing path of 2 degrees.
It was 11. Oh, I see. Yeah.
2 degrees here.
Yeah.
We were 11s and 12s and 14s even to begin with.
Yeah.
The ball peeled off to the right because we had an open club face.
Right.
Right now we're still just going to work on path, and then when the path gets comfortable, we'll bring the club face rotation back in, and then we'll have close to what we were looking for. Good. Okay, 1.3 path. So now, all right, we had a 1.3 path. So now instead of this being 0 and you being over here, we have now moved you into here. So your club is traveling towards the target the way that it's supposed to be. And we can see over here, it's just, we have an open club face. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think about swinging out that way and letting the toe close up.
Okay.
Now we're going to implement both of them together. This is a little bit difficult because when people start applying rotation, a lot of times what they do is they get confused and they just swing their club left thinking it's closing. We need to still go out to the right as it closes.
Okay.
Now, John, there's a nice draw.
Yeah.
So now what we have here is a ball started down the middle, peeled off to the left just a little tiny bit. Great swing. You had a 134-yard carry.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Good.
Still swinging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much better. We've got the ball shaping the right direction. Shot distance,
Wow.
137 yards or 130 carry. Remember we started
101.
at 101. That's it. So much better. So much better. 2.8 path and 1.3 club face. So we've gone from 12 and 12
Yeah.
to 2.8 and 1.3.
Which is pretty, in my world, that's a straight line.
That is a straight line, exactly. Introduced over 20 smash factor points and 20 miles an hour of ball speed.
Wow. And huge distance.
And carry distance there of 134. Collect low to high. Awesome. Now look at that shot shape of how nice, towering, slight draw coming down. Fantastic. 135. You haven't increased your club head speed, but we've increased
The distance, huge.
everything else.
Yeah, the club head speed on the last one was only 72. That's where I started, I think, when I was
So we said that if we could narrow those angles down, that we would get distance. We have narrowed them down. They're still a little erratic, but you're learning it.
Yeah.
And we have seen distance. We're up over 30 yards of carry.
Yes.
All right, so that's our session today. We did an initial assessment. We determined what we were going to work on, which was path and face angle. We did some drills to attack the path and the face angle. We had some really good results. When you're practicing something new, it's crazy to think that you would spend an hour and be completely changed of something that you've been doing for 30 years. But what we did see was that the ability that you can do it.
Oh, it's there.
You can do it, and that over time, if we keep working on it, it's going to come back in. And we saw a distance gain on the good ones of what?
30 yards.
30 yards, exactly. And we saw your path come from an average of 12 to the left down to
2.
2 to the left on an average. Yeah, and your face
3
angle, which
maybe.
was 12, came down to probably 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So we saw a big, big change. And these are fantastic results for such a short time. And we're going to continue with this and continue on our journey and document John the next time, and let's get him on his path to 86.
Then who knows? Maybe you win to a championship one day. Get that gold jacket like I never got.
86.
He's
is
got
the
a
goal.
blouse, a fancy blouse that he bought for his 86 game, and he wears it every summer. And
Every game.
every game he wears it, it comes out, got my 86 blouse on, and it's going to work one of these days.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next part. Thank
Thanks,
you, John.
Paul. Appreciate it.